And welcome to the Heatcast with myself, Seán Ryan. Joined with me on the show is probably one of the best female artists on this island, I might say. She's a Derry girl, but she wasn't on Derry Girls. It's the one and only Khalifa Dreads. How you getting on?
What's good? I'm great, man. How are you?
I'm not too bad. I'm absolutely delighted to have you on the show, and I want to say congratulations on getting all those votes as well to get on the show as well.
I was the only female and I made it to the top.
I was absolutely surprised the amount of respect from all those people voting. Where does your name Khalifa Dreads come from?
Well, it's pretty simple, to be honest. I've always been like a huge fan of Wiz Khalifa. So yeah, that's where the Khalifa came from. And then I always just wanted dreadlocks, so then I just thought Khalifa Dreads. I just said it to myself. I think I was in school when I thought of it, when I was like 15. And then I was just like, because I was thinking of a new name to set my Instagram name as, because like I wanted to change my Instagram name. And then I just thought of Khalifa Dreads. And yeah, my Instagram's been set as Khalifa Dreads before I even knew I was going to do music. Like since I was like 15. So my Instagram's been Khalifa Dreads before, like for about 5 years now. And then like when I was thinking of like choosing an artist name, I always liked how like Khalifa Dreads sounded, and I already had people in, like when I was in nights out, I would have people shout at me, "Oh, Khalifa Dreads," so I thought I may as well stick at it, anyways, if people already call me it, so why not?
You're dead right there, like, and it's nearly a name like Bonnie Spencer, as we interviewed it before. Like I was saying to you, like, is that your name? And you said to me, like, no, it's Khalifa isn't my name, and Dreads isn't my surname. So it is a really a brilliant name to have as an artist. And obviously, as you were saying, like the dreads and stuff like that, you always wanted to have them and stuff like that. What made you go for the two-tone and stuff like that?
Well, when I first got them, I had them all blonde for like two years maybe, and then once like the trend of like half and half like hairs came about, I was obsessed with it. Like I just love half and half. And I thought, yeah, well, I don't want to get rid of my dreads, so let's just do half and half for dreads, and I love it. Had for like a year now, like half and half.
Yeah, it really does suit you and stuff like that. It really brings out your character as an artist and stuff like that. Do you make your own beats and stuff like that when you're making music, or do you just go, okay, I need to go to YouTube and get these beats?
YouTube is always the answer for me. YouTube, I just type in like, say, I don't know, like Suicide Boy type beats, like free ones obviously, and I just go through them until I find one that I vibe with. Because like I haven't really found any like producers outside of YouTube that like really make stuff that I vibe with. So yeah, I just like, and I like being in control of like the beats. So I just flick through YouTube and find whatever one I love, and then just write from there.
Yeah, no, it's very good, and like we do have a lot of talented artists in terms of producers and stuff like that. So I'd say there's someone listening out here and is like, no, I could definitely vibe with Khalifa Dreads. So hopefully, fingers crossed, someone gets in contact with you and stuff like that.
Yeah, please do. I need some.
You kicked off your career back in April 2020. You were already stoned the show. You Crossed My Heart, Lame, Angel, and Scared to Love in 2020. What do you think people would be expecting, besides obviously Waste of Time has already came out, and What the Sitch, as I mispronounced it earlier on, with Michael Martin on Ego Death EP. What would you, Jesus, I'm lost for words. What do you think people should expect from Khalifa Dreads this year?
Honestly, a bit of everything. Because the next few songs I have coming, well, definitely the next one anyways, is like the opposite. It's not even rap, it's bedroom pop. So it's just very like a happy, like chill, just like upbeat song, which is, I've never really put out a song like that before, like in like the bedroom pop style. So I have a few that are like that, and then also I'll have, more of my darker rap, and honestly just a bit of everything. I want to really experiment even more this year and literally try like a bit of everything, just whatever I feel like doing.
Yeah, no, I totally get you, and it's great to kind of diversify your style and stuff like that, and I think you're really good at what you do. What would you kind of say to, let's say, some of our viewers and stuff like that who are female and stuff like that, and are trying to get into the scene, but kind of feel a bit nervous, a bit unsure what they should do because the scene is so male dominated?
I'd say just fucking do it. Like I don't even like think about that type of shit, because like you know, just because like, you know, the music scene's like mainly dominated by men, it shouldn't like, you know, affect you or like stop you from wanting to make music, you know, because at the end of the day when you're making music you need to focus on yourself and focus on what makes you happy, and if making music makes you happy then just put it out there and like, you know, fuck what anyone else has to say about it.
It's a great answer. It'll definitely inspire some people. Do you think that there's many opportunities right now? Obviously COVID is impacting it, but do you think like there are opportunities that will arise and stuff like that after COVID, or do you think it's going to be really hard for the Irish scene to kind of get itself going?
Well, I mean, obviously there'll be live shows happening, so obviously a lot of people will be able to get back into that or even start doing that if they've never did a show. I personally never did a show, but it's something like, you know, I want to do when places start to actually open again. But I mean, yeah, I feel like there'll be more opportunities because, you know, like obviously because of COVID's effect and shit, like there'll be a lot more like music videos being able to done, more places will be open, so more opportunities. Like I feel like there'll just be more opportunities in general, obviously. Like
And
outside of just being online, if you get me.
yeah, no, for sure. Like, and I mean, there's so many outlets now, even to kind of get yourself out there and stuff like that. But like, and I've looked at your Instagram, and as I said before the show, like you're very defined as a character. I think like the way you have yourself presented on social media is spot on. But how do you promote yourself as an artist? Do you kind of get people to do the work for you, or you're just like, this is what I do. I'm so talented. Tell me all about it.
I honestly, I spend loads of time on YouTube just watching videos on how to market your music and just different ways of promoting your music. So yeah, I just stick it on my story and just, you know, yeah, just keep sharing it and everything. I use like as many apps as I can. There's one called Vamper as well, like an app. It's basically like a Tinder for musicians, as in like you swipe, like say if you want producers, you like just swipe on like producers and you know you can interact with them. That's a good way of, you know, obviously meeting new people in the music scene, you know, help share your stuff. But yeah, I just share it on like every app that I can, you know, and just watch loads of videos on marketing and then obviously get tips from that. But I feel like a really good one is playlists. Playlists are a really good way to obviously, you know, help get your music out there to new listeners as well.
Yeah, no, for sure. And I know that a lot of people are craving for Spotify playlists and stuff like that. I see people just making playlists just to support the scene as much as they can. And I think it's amazing and stuff like that. And it does help it. It does get those views up and stuff like that. And
It really does, yeah.
it's whatever way you can kind of get the scene really growing and stuff like that. I kind of say this every so often, but I said I might as well throw this question to you. In, you know, hip hop has been around for so long and stuff like that, from back into the 1970s and stuff like that. And beef has been a kind of a main contributor to, you know, to the scene and stuff like that. But do you think beef is good between artists?
I mean, I guess everybody thinks different on this type of shit, but for me, no. I think it's so pointless. I'm someone that like does not like any confrontation, any beef. I like to just stay on my own lane, you know, just keep to myself. And I just think beef is so stupid, like, because I know a lot of rappers, well, bigger artists, they do it, you know, just to get attention on them. Like, it's all fake, which I think is even fucking more stupid. But yeah, I just don't see the point in beef, honestly. Like, I just like peace between everybody, you know, like that's just the type of person I am. So I just don't see the point in beef, honestly.
That's fair enough.
I mean, I guess when it comes to like, yeah, like, you know, drill and all that hard, like, you know, rap, like obviously a lot of artists do have beef with each other, and that seems to be what, you know, people that like that music, they like seeing the beef between artists. So I guess it's good sometimes, but for me, no.
Yeah. I think even with your genre, it just wouldn't work as such, like, because you're kind of very mellow in terms of your music and stuff like that. It's very kind of chill, and it's kind of like its own kind of thing, really. So like I can kind of understand why that you mightn't be like, nah, just it wouldn't work for you and stuff like that. We're going to head over to Instagram because we've got loads and loads of questions from Instagram, and I must say, if I just used the questions from Instagram, I'd say I could have done the whole show, but I've taken the best few of them.
Okay.
So I'm interested. We'll be looking forward to this. Who do you want to collab with next?
Honestly, like I said before to you, yeah, I haven't really been focusing or like thinking about features too much, just because like I really just want to focus on what I'm creating myself at the minute, and then when I have like, you know, more tunes, you know, put out, then I'll start thinking of features. Because I have had a lot of people that, you know, asking me, but yeah, like I said, Goose Side's definitely somebody I want to collab with. Bonnie, Aren't Everything, more with Decay for sure, because he came out with an EP and I was on one of the songs, and it's probably one of my favorite songs I've made, you know, so I definitely want to do more with him as well.
Yeah, like it was such a bop, like for it to be on that, like.
Yeah, I love it.
Where do you, like, because you're very, as I said, like in the show, like you're very defined as a character, like you stand out, like but where do you kind of get your inspiration to be who you are?
Fuck, that's a good question. I just feel like I just be myself. I don't really know where I get it from, to be honest, you know. I just do me and just do what I feel like doing. I honestly don't know how to answer that.
And where do you see yourself in like 5 years in terms of your music?
Um, Hopefully a lot more out there, you know. God only knows what type of music I'll be making by then, because by the looks of it, I do that much different shit that I could literally be doing fucking opera for all I know, you know. Maybe country, who knows? Hopefully not, because I absolutely hate country. But yeah, just a lot more out there, you know, doing live shows. Just yeah, like hopefully I'll have loads of music videos out, because that's definitely something I want to start doing, is music videos for sure.
Yeah, this next one comes from your good friend Gooside, as you mentioned. Um, who's your biggest inspiration to you in the local scene?
Oh, that's a good question. I mean, honestly, I've always said this. I feel like everything too inspires me. Like I can take different things from every artist. But yeah, I feel like everyone I listen to in the Irish scene inspires me in some way, you know. Like even Goo itself and Aaron, like I said, every artist I listen to, I just feel like they all inspire me, you know, to keep creating, and they motivate me, you know, to keep making music and trying new things and shit.
Yeah, like there are so many creative people on this island and stuff like that. So like I could definitely see like that you can take, you know, you can go from, let's say, J Mac, for example, down in Kerry. You know, he's a total different style, but you can take something good from what he's doing and maybe, you know, bring it to your own table. Like another one from Goose Side, because he seemed to love asking questions. He says,
He loves me.
when's the 35 track LP dropping?
Probably in the 5 years by the looks of it. um oh oh my god, I haven't even done a normal EP yet, so I'm not even thinking that far ahead, honestly. 35, damn, that's a lot.
It is. When I saw the question, I was like, there might be an inside joke here that we, you know, our viewers and our listeners
you'll probably want yourself to be on like 7 of the tracks anyways, so.
And our final question from Instagram. This is a nice easy one. It's not too difficult.
Okay.
Are ghosts real?
What did you say, sorry?
I said, are ghosts real?
100%. 100%. No doubt. I'm so into that type of shit, so yeah, ghosts are very real.
Would you like watch like mystery documentaries and stuff like that in relation to it, or what way do you?
Every single night, that's all I watch is ghost stuff, and like people like ghost hunters, like YouTubers going and exploring haunted places. Like that's all I spend my time fucking watching, is like that type of shit. I'm so into it. So yeah, I know a lot about that shit.
And I'm guessing you have a bit of knowledge of it and stuff like that. Is there any ghosts in your neighborhood?
I mean, I've had a few things happen to me before. One of my best friends, Dominica, she's had a lot of shit happen in her house. There's been times where we'll just be sitting in her room and things will just fly off the shelf. The doors will just swing open on their own. This is like really fucking, it sounds so stupid saying this, but there was one time I was at my kitchen on my own, like it was like 3 a.m, and I was hungry, so I was making toast. And I had the butter sitting, and I had the knife sitting on top of the butter, you know, just waiting for the toast to obviously, you know, be ready. And I didn't have the butter sitting anywhere near the edge of the bench. I had it like tucked in like near the wall. And on the opposite side of my kitchen, I was like, my dog was there. So I was sitting like down on my knees petting my dog, you know, just petting her, like, you know, giving her attention. And I mean, out of nowhere, the knife, like, I mean, flew across the kitchen and just landed right at my knees facing me. I mean, that shit flew across the kitchen. And I was sitting here like, what the fuck? Like, it didn't scare me. I didn't feel any bad energy from it. But like, I was kind of there like, Jesus, who the fuck's trying to kill me in this house? It was mad. But I feel like saying that, like, no one's gonna believe you because it's like obviously no one was there to see it. But that shit fucking flew across the kitchen and landed at my knees, and I was like, Jesus, okay.
Yeah, there's always something weird, like and you know, it's I'm lost for words really, because it's, you know, to hear it actually happen to you and stuff like that, and to
There
know,
was,
you know, to know someone.
there was another one, like, I don't remember this because I was like, what, 4 or 5, and back then my dad used to be a taxi driver, so he was like away every night, you know, out, you know, taking people home and shit. And me and my mom were home alone, but obviously I was like 5, and I was in her bed sleeping with her, and the door was wide open. And I was awake, like, and my mom said to me that I like sat up in the bed, locked out in the hall, and I was like, "Who's that?" And I was like, "Oh, never mind, it's just Daddy, it's fine." And I lay down and went back to sleep. My mom said she nearly shit herself because there was only us 2 in the house, and I seen a man walk past the door, like walk past my hallway, and my mom was, I mean, shitting herself because she didn't know what to do because it was only us 2, and I'm only after seeing a fucking man when we're home alone, and she shit herself. And now, anytime if anything ever does happen to me in my house, my mom doesn't let me tell her because she's too like feared and she's so scared. She's like, "Look, if anything happens, do not fucking tell me. Keep it to yourself."
And I'm presuming there was nobody in the house. There was.
No, it was just me and my mom in bed, and I sat up and seen some man walk past the hall apparently, and there was no man in the house. So yeah.
Spooky stuff. We might bring it back to a bit of the Irish rap there now for a second, and try and get everyone's tension off. What do you think is missing from the Irish scene right now?
That's a really hard question. I was thinking about this. I feel like just support in general, as in like from just like, you know, anyone outside of the music scene, because I feel like we were talking about before, a lot of people just don't take the Irish scene seriously or as seriously as, you know, like just like bigger artists and shit, you know. So I feel like just general support and just people like really wanting to like support smaller Irish artists and just people in the scene, you know, like locally. I feel like, yeah, a lot just more support in the local scene basically.
That's a fair enough point. I know people have different perspectives on it and stuff like that. And, you know, it's always interesting to see how as us or as a community and stuff like that are going to be able to kind of fix those problems along the way. And it's always great to see different people's opinions of what needs to be done. We can do a little bit, and we can try and get better than the UK or maybe even the US and stuff like that. You know, we said it there earlier on, but and I'm going to ask it there is what's kind of your aim to get done in 21 now that, like, you know, you've had 2 tracks already dropped already?
We were talking about this before anyways, but like an EP, I really want to get an EP out, maybe even 2, depends, like, you know, on how long it takes me. But yeah, I definitely want to get an EP out because like I feel like I've just been dropping singles, and I really just want to drop a project that's just, you know, all kind of the same like idea, if you get me, like the same style, and I just want to have like a full EP of like, well, a different style, because, you know, like I do a bit of everything. I kind of want to do an EP that's just focused on rap and one focus on bedroom pop, and just like different EPs like focus on different styles basically is what, you know, I want to do anyways.
Yeah, no, it'll be pretty cool. And like you're dead right, like that you have dropped singles and stuff like that. It hasn't really been it has been kind of that darker tone and stuff like that, but it hasn't been, you know, you're very you've a lot of versatility in your tracks and stuff like that. So it would be unreal to see you do like a full project in whatever way you want to do it. And, you know, as I said, you dropped about 5 tracks last year, first year kicking off and stuff like that. Did you find it hard kind of making those tracks during COVID and stuff like that? Or was it like, this is easy, I'm so talented? What was the story?
At the very start, like when we were going into first lockdown, that's kind of when I dropped my first song anyways. So around the start, I was having so much motivation, like, you know, loads of creativity. I was writing so much, and, you know, I was loving it because I'm someone that loves being home, focusing on like whatever I need to do anyway. So like COVID never affected me at the start. But the last few months, like my creativity levels have been so low, and like anything I've been writing, I just haven't, you know, been feeling or like vibing with. But I feel like now I'm starting to get, you know, out of that like little fucking patch. But yeah, it didn't affect me at the start, but now it's just a little bit affecting me. But I think that's just more just like I go through stages, you know, where the creativity levels are just low. So I think that's just normal for me anyways. I don't think COVID really affected that much.
And do you have your own home studio, or do you have somewhere that's close by? Or
actually, well, I have a microphone now, but except for waste of time, like my full 5 songs I dropped in 2020 were all recorded on my phone. Literally everything on it was mixed, recorded, everything just on my phone, you know. But now I have got a mic, and I like all my newer tracks that'll be out are all like, you know, done with a mic. But yeah, all my other ones were just done on my phone at home with my fucking iPhone earphones. That's basically what I did, and it worked. So like, yeah, that's why I feel like you don't need all like expensive equipment to just start out in music.
yeah, no, it's great to hear that you've made something that, you know, a lot of other artists and stuff like that, or even engineers would have been like, don't do that. That's, you know, artist suicide. But like it's great that I didn't know that now, but like it's great to see that you've come out with such hits. Like as I said to you before the show, like Angel is just a bop. And like it's amazing to hear that it just came from your iPhone headphones and stuff like that. Like, so
that's it.
You know, you can make music from anything really, like, and it really shows it, like, that you don't need to be spending loads of money to get the quality or getting the, you know, the music that you want to get done.
Exactly, you can literally do it with anything, so go for it.
We're going to wrap it up quite soon. Is there anything you want to plug before we kind of wrap up the show?
My Instagram is Khalifa Dreads. Just support all your local Irish artists. That's all I need to say. Just support us and listen to us, because there's so much talent in Ireland. It's crazy.
It's short and sweet, I might say. We're going to wrap it up here on the Heatcast for everyone watching on YouTube and everyone listening on Spotify. Make sure to follow us on Instagram. And if you would also like to support the show and donate to our Patreon, the link is in the description. And I will see you all in the next one.
Peace.